As a university student in the United States, Title IX played a significant role in shaping my college experience. I feel the sports law class I'm currently enrolled in and some other articles and personal experiences I've had with Title IX have given me a good sense of what Title IX is and what its purpose is. I was curious about other people's knowledge about Title IX, especially here in a college setting, so I went around our campus and talked to some students and even a faculty member just about Title IX. I just wanted to gauge some general awareness and how people felt about Title IX based on any personal experiences they've had with it. To start each interview, I asked each person, what do you think of when you first hear Title IX mentioned? And here's some of the responses.
Athletics.
The first thing that I think of when I hear Title IX would be feminism and the idea that everything needs to be equal, not just equality, but it has to be equal.
Oh, the first thing I think of? Honestly, it's all the men's sports that we can't have because we have to have an equal number of men's and women's sports.
I guess it's just having the equal amount of sports for women's and men's in college, universities, or high school.
As you can see, Title IX elicits several different responses just based on the individual person. The next question I asked my respondents was, what is Title IX?
Title IX is legislation, I think it was passed in the 70s, to just bring equality between guys and girls, just in school, for academic scholarships, sports. That's
I honestly have not too much knowledge about it. I just know it's something about the I don't know, I have no idea.
Title IX is a law that was put into place to prevent discrimination based on gender in both education and sports.
Despite its importance to our education system, there are several people I talked to that weren't even aware that Title IX exists. The next question I asked was, what was the original intent behind Title IX when it was written? Just to gauge if people knew the premise behind Title IX and why the legislators felt that it was needed at the time they wrote it. And here's what's
I think it was originally written so that girls could play sports. I think that in the beginning that schools just wouldn't support female sports. They didn't think they were supposed to play sports, and so they just refused to have them in there. And so it was created to make sure that women and girls had the opportunity to play sports.
I have no idea what the purpose of Title IX is.
Well, I think the original intent was so that women would have equal access to sports and scholarships in both high school and college.
The last question I asked to my respondents was, do you feel that Title IX in general has been positive, or do you think it has had some detrimental effects to our education system? Basically just to find out any personal experiences that they've had with Title IX in their educational career. And I've got several different responses from those people, so let's take a look.
I think Title IX has been positive because it is, at the time that it was instated, there was a need for equality for women. But I feel like now that that playing field is even, if anything, maybe slanted more towards women. And so I feel like now it might have served its purpose and maybe isn't necessary anymore.
Well, I don't really know the guy's side of it, but as a woman, being in a university and also playing sports in high school, I liked that I had that opportunity to do sports just like the guys. So I think it was beneficial.
Title IX has been, well, originally it was a good law, but now it really is just taking away from athletics in school systems. Personally, in my high school, I lost the opportunity for different sports that I would have been active in simply because there wasn't another sport that women were interested in my school.
Well, I don't know too much about how it's affected the college situation, but I think about, in this day when cuts are being made and budgets are really tight, and they're having to make decisions about what sports teams maybe could go and what couldn't. They still have to think about the Title IX issue. And, you know, I don't know if that's what entered into the UNO decision to get rid of football and wrestling, but I'm sure it had some effect. And so in that way, I think it was probably very detrimental.
As you can see from the responses in this video, there seems to be a pretty general awareness that Title IX does exist, and it does appear, at least from the responses I got while I did this project, that it's generally associated with sports in high schools and colleges. So it was interesting just to gauge some of the general levels of awareness about Title IX, and this has been my Man on the Street video.